That's the secret of the esoteric teaching. It's just like if you know the basic equations of physics, you can derive all other physical laws from them. So similarly, if you know the esoteric teaching, and especially if you have realized it, then you can derive all the rest of the Vedic wisdom from that knowledge or realization. Therefore, one has to be a realized soul to determine which spiritual techniques and methods, which particular scriptural aids are appropriate for a particular time and condition. Therefore, a guru is necessary. Guru means one who is realized in the esoteric teaching. It is not simply a formal ecclesiastical post, like a bishop or a prelate or something like that. A guru is someone who can talk with God. A guru is someone who can see the spiritual position of the student and advise him accordingly. So this business of finding an appropriate spiritual technique for a given individual in a particular situation is a very delicate matter. What we're doing normally, I see people doing this all the time, is trying this and we're trying that. Just like the song goes, I can't get no satisfaction. I'm trying this and I'm trying that and I'm trying this something else and nothing seems to be working. I can't get no satisfaction. So we try one spiritual method for a while. We listen to one teacher for a while, and then we go on to another one and try that one for a while, and nothing seems to really work. It doesn't really change our consciousness. It doesn't really bring us to the point of exalted self-realization where we see that some of these teachers are at. Well, why not? Because we have never surrendered to an actual bona fide guru. A real guru can tell by talking with you, by looking at you, by feeling your energy, exactly where you are on the spiritual path and what will be beneficial for you. And you have to follow that guru's instructions, not just for a week or two, or maybe a month or two, but for a significant period of time, for years, for decades. If you have a real guru, you should surrender the rest of your life to following his teachings, because a real guru can actually deliver you to self-realization. He knows the esoteric teaching. He knows the eternal background information. He has the map. He has the key to the meaning of the Vedas. This is a real guru. So a real guru can actually show you the means to spiritual liberation, to finding your real self. But the first question you should ask any prospective guru is, well, which of the 4 approved lineages of Vedic knowledge are you an initiate of? Remember, there are 4, the Brahma Sampradaya, the Rudra Sampradaya, the Kumara Sampradaya, and the Shri Sampradaya. Generally in the West, if you're listening to this, you speak English, so you're probably in the West, or you're in Western culture, same thing. The Brahma Sampradaya is the only one that is widely available. There are some practitioners from the Kumara Sampradaya, and they're known as Pushti Margis. They practice in the West too, but they generally use their native language of Gujarati, and so it's not so accessible to Westerners. Generally, the Vedic teachings in English are only available through the Brahma Sampradaya. So that's generally what we'll find in the Western countries in the English language. So you should ask, Mr. Guru, are you an initiate of the Brahma Sampradaya? Are you an initiate of the line of knowledge coming down from Madhvacharya? Madhvacharya, as you recall, is the teacher who spread this powerful mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And you'll find, if you chant this mantra, things will change for you. Certain opportunities will become real possibilities for you that were not available to you before. It'll be subtle, but you'll feel it. You'll know. Suddenly you'll develop a distaste for impure things. You'll want to associate with people who are on the spiritual path instead of nonsense people who aren't doing anything important. And you'll also develop a taste for hearing and reading the knowledge of the Vedas as given in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and other great works of Vedic literature. So by chanting any mantra, any bona fide mantra, you automatically get a taste for self-realization. This instruction is appropriate for anyone at any time. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I am japa. In other words, the supreme practice of self-realization is chanting the holy names, japa. Japa means taking a set of beads called japa mala, 108 beads, in one's hand, and counting each mantra between the thumb and forefinger or middle finger as you chant it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And by chanting like this for an hour in the morning, or even half an hour, or even 15 minutes, you chant 2 or 3 times around the beads, just to start your day, and you'll be amazed how the day will go differently. Why? Because by chanting a Vishnu mantra, you have taken a point of view which is outside the material universe. By addressing God as Vasudev, the Lord of the Vasus, this means you are addressing Krishna in his Dwarka Leela, his pastimes as a great king. And as a great king, he promised to protect all the citizens, and he did. So by approaching Krishna as a citizen of his kingdom, Dwarka, there is a contract or an agreement between you and him that he will protect you. And he does. His potency is unlimited and infallible. And simply by taking shelter of him in this way, by asking him, "O Lord, please accept me as one of your dependent citizens of your spiritual kingdom," he becomes obligated to protect us. And he does protect us. How does he protect us? You can say, well, I'm still getting older. I'm still having to do this and that material work and so on, so many things that I don't like to do just to survive. Well, that may be so, but that's only temporary. The question is, what will be your destination in the next birth? That's the biggest question that faces all of us. So by chanting mantra as a regular daily habit, one builds a store of impressions of transcendental reality in one's mind. These samskaras, when played back at the time of leaving the body, determine the nature of our next embodiment. So by chanting every day the name of God, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, we fill our minds with transcendental samskaras, and therefore we guarantee that at the time of death, we will go to our perfect body. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of My Perfect Body. This is David Hughes, your host, reminding you to visit us on the web at esotericteaching.org, where you can purchase the complete Esoteric Teaching Introductory Seminar DVD and many CDs of transcendental music and mantras.